Kalalal Wadlayo Bashim Shai Bashim Kakudash, double honors to the apostles and elders of great milestone that rule and teach well. Peace and salutations to the brothers and the four corners of this earth, pushing this with the truth and in sincerity. And but I'm not to talk after a short video, because as the prophecies unfold, more things are being revealed, more things are coming to light. Prophecy speaking, prophecy being made manifest, manifest means to reveal, so to speak, and this is part of it. This is all part of it, the wooing of the people, the having the people in awe, so to speak, right? So we get straight to it. It's the man with a mind reading chip in his brain, thanks Elon Musk. It says having a chip in your brain that can translate your thoughts into computer commands will sound like science fiction, but it's a reality for Nolan Arbo. In January 2024, 8 years after he was paralyzed, the 30-year-old became the first person to get such a device from the U.S. neurotechnology firm Neuralink. It was not the first such chip. A handful of other companies have also developed and implanted them, but Nolan's inevitability attracts more attention because of Neuralink's founder Elon Musk. But Nolan says the important thing is neither him nor Musk, but the science. So the miracle, the miracle, the science. It says he told the BBC he knew the risks of what he was doing, but good or bad, whatever may be, I would be helping. You understand? So he put up himself as a sacrifice, in other words. If everything worked out, then I could help being a participant of Neuralink, he said. If something terrible happened, I knew they would learn from it. No control, no privacy. Nolan, who is from Arizona, was paralyzed below the shoulders in a diving accident in 2016. His injuries were so severe, he feared he might not be able to study, work, or even play games again. You just have no control, no privacy, and it's hard, he said. You have to learn that you have to rely on other people for everything. The Neuralink chip looks to restore a fraction of his previous independence by allowing him to control a computer with his mind. It is what it is known as a brain-computer interface, BCI. It is what is known as a brain-computer interface, BCI, which works by detecting the tiny electrical impulses generated when humans think about moving and translating these into digital commands, such as moving a cursor on the screen. It is a complex subject that scientists have been working on for several decades. Yeah. So they've been trying to achieve this goal, as you imagine, for several decades, a number of years. So lucky about that, yeah. So as I was saying, this has been our work in years, right? Years in the making. You understand? It is several decades. It says inevitably, Elon Musk's involvement in the field has captured the tech, and Nolan Arbo catapulted the tech and Nolan Arbo into the headlines. It's helped Neuralink attract lots of investment as well as scrutiny over the safety and significance of what is an extremely invasive procedure. When Nolan's implant was announced, experts hailed it as a significant milestone, while also cautioned that it would take time to really assess, especially given Musk's adeptness at generating publicity for his company. Musk was cagey in public at the time, simply writing in his social media post, initial results show promising neuron spike detection. In reality, Nolan said the billionaire, who he spoke to before and after his surgery, was far more optimistic. I think he was just as excited as I was to get started, he said. Nonetheless, he stresses that Neuralink is about more than its owner and claims he does not consider it an Elon Musk device. Whether the rest of the world sees it that way, especially given his increasingly controversial role in the US government, remains to be seen. But there is no questioning the impact that the device has had on Nolan's life. I wouldn't read that much into it because this is the point I wanted to bring out in the article. The fact that the advertising, they putting it out there that they had the miracles working, in other words, making the lame walk and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? They thinking they're God. They thinking is the most high. Remember they say that in, I believe that is in the book of Isaiah. When he say, I will be like the most high. Right? We got some precepts, why is it not spelled all moment here? Let's see. Spell it now 1 second. Oh my God. I will be most high. Right. Isaiah 14 and 14. It says, I will ascend, let me read up, from 13, right? Isaiah 14 and from 13, it says, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of power, the throne of the sons of Israel. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. And this is what they try to do. They're trying to, do miracles. Making the lame walk on how should I do that? I'm the only person to do it. Raising the dead, so on and so forth. To see how should I? You understand? And that is what they're trying to do here. Because remember, he lame from the neck down, from the shoulders down, so like yeah. Right? So now he being able to control a computer, and who's to say they might add on some exoskeleton or whatever the case may be and make him walk or something, but we know that this is what they're aspiring to do. Alright? And they will have the will in awe. You understand? They will try to captivate the people through that and lead them down to the M.O.T.E. Revelation 13 and 14. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of men, saying to them that dwell on earth, they should make an image to the beast, which had a wound by a sword and did live. You understand? Yeah. You can make them worship the beast because, through the miracles that they basically portray in here. Right? All these things they make it seem good, as Nolan say, he ain't care, it's all for the science. If he dead, he dead. They go learn from it and so on and all kind of shit. Revelation 19 and 20. It says, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast. Yeah, because it's a deception, it's a great deception. It's a great, great deception. Right? And them that worshipped his image, these both were cast alive into the lake of fire, burning with brimstone. And that is it. You understand? That's where you will end up when you get deceived by these miracles. You understand? Because once the Most High plays judgment on it, there's nothing that can revert it, pause it. You know what I mean? It will come. They will be judged. And that is just it. Ain't no microchip can help that. What the microchip will do is just evidence of your alliance. Where you allied yourself with either the Most High or the beast. And publicizing something like this. And as they said, they was working on for several decades. They knew what they wanted to do. They knew they wanted the people to rely on them, put trust in them. They just a miracle of the wicked, the so-called miracle of the wicked. So I hope it was and I defy into the spirit and power of El Bashem Yoshai Bashem Kakudash. Until next time, Shalom.